Meet me outside, Bitcoin, crypto, don't go for a ride. If you're gonna get your surfboard, get a tie. Wall Street Pete, sick dough, crypto. Please don't flip though. I'm not always right though. I'm not a financial advisor, but just the gentleman wearing a visor. Yeah, it's time to hustle. It's just so simple, I'ma solve this puzzle. And if you didn't know that you're feeling puzzled, it's TA, baby. Come on right over. Got one job, I got 1, 2, 3. I'll take 4 more just for me. I'm buying crypto, I'm dollar cost averaging, don't you know? You buy the dip, you have a sip, take a rip. Call me captain of this shit. I don't give a fuck, my name is Skip. XRP, Cardano, Ethereum. Take that shit right down to the cilium. I'ma put my fist through this shit. We're going to the moon and we're going soon. Alright, the name is Wall Street Pete. Crypto in crypto. I thought you'd know. We on YouTube. You wake up in the morning, crack of dawn at Wall Street Pete. We talk about live TA. We talk about paying our bills and staying alive and doing the shit and living in it. Let me say.
Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto, still enjoying my Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. This is the best channel in the crypto space. Talk about crypto news, and I'm still going. All right. Let's not being silly, right? But really, I'm not still done being silly. Everybody, it's Christmas time, right? After Thanksgiving, it's like everybody's celebrating Christmas. So I'm going to do this ridiculous skit, ridiculous show with this hat on. But I'm going to enjoy my coffee with a little bit of whipped cream this morning. That was a pretty cool idea. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. Hope you're having a wonderful time. This crypto space is an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Not many people understand what we're about to get into, what we're going to talk about. And this history price, and that seemed like a hard word to say there. This history price of Bitcoin is going to surprise you. Yes, we lost 1 follower, so please, if you get that 1 follower back, and we can go all the way back to 1.4, 1K subscribers, that'd be amazing. Please come over here, hit the bell, all notification, and be a subscriber today. All right, I want to talk about this. Bitcoin's hash rate posts new high. I want to talk about, we are at all-time highs on the hash rate. Why this is important for the security of Bitcoin, what this means, and how it could affect the price coming very shortly, capitalization coming through, and things of that nature. But first off, ladies and gentlemen, if I may, and that this is why you love this channel, we do things no one else does. History of the value of Bitcoin comparison with the US dollar for all time. Now, this is some things I didn't even know about. So perhaps you most likely did not as well, but you could have. I'm not saying you don't, I'm smarter than everybody. That's impossible. August 18, 2008. January 2009. I want people to understand that these are some of the high volatile waves that we're getting into. This is some of the history that repeats that this is why it could be a nightmare. Get where we're going. But I do have a bottom price today. I want to talk about it. So if you stick around, we'll try to keep this a 20-minute video max if possible. During the period no one knew about Bitcoin, only the Bitcoin.org domain was registered and the blockchain was being developed, right? Sounds like a whole new coin as we have every day, a new one coming. There were no exchanges during the October 2009. Users were mostly crypto fans who sent Bitcoins for a hobby, right? Could you imagine? Smoke Too Much auction 10,000 BTC for $50 cumulative, but no buyer was found. October 5th, 2009 to the $1. All of a sudden, the first rate of Bitcoin to the dollar has been published as Bitcoin flies to 13,009. Could you imagine, right? We're talking about this now. Now you're in, you bought it at 1,000. I have 1 Bitcoin for 1,000. Or say I had 10 grand, I bought 10 Bitcoin. You're going around everyone in 2009. Yes, I have this crazy digital currency. Nobody knows what it is. But I got 10 of them, and it's 10,000. And then March 2010 comes, and as you can see, it's worth 0.003. Your $10,000 is nothing. A lot of people sold at that point. It was dead. This was a Ponzi scheme. A lot of people lost money, right? This is what's happened. There's no security. There's no miners. There's not much understanding of what Bitcoin is, even more to this date, as opposed to 12 years, 13 years later. So as we go, it goes to less than 1 cent, finally back, May 22nd, 2010. Lazalo, Hanetz made his first real-world deal, buying 2 pizzas in Jacksonville, Florida for 10,000 BTC. Ladies and gentlemen, it then proceeded to go to 8 cents in July 2010. In 5 days, the price increased by 1,000%, increasing from 0.008 to another 8 cents. Dollars per 1 coin. Then in February 2011 and April 2011, it jumped to $1. This was amazing. Bitcoin was coming back to go to $1,309 again, as they remember the history was so great. We get to July 8th, the wonderful 4th of July. Just around that time, the top of the first bubble is reached, followed by the first drop in price. $31 for the cryptocurrency of the Bitcoin in 2011. Proceeding, everyone sold their crypto for the Santa Claus coming to town. $2, Bitcoin reached a low at that time. Coming into another year, people started to realize that the growth could be real. 2012 grows slowly back to $13. Do you see how volatile waves of what's happening here? April 2013, almost $300. The price is rallying every day by 5 to 10%. I remember a bull run doing something like this. This was the start, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a rally for 5 to 10% daily, there is something happening. Keep that in mind as we may go to the next bull run thinking about these days, because I remember it was like shooting fish in a barrel. So please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. I don't remember anyone doing this for you. This may be boring, but this is pretty exciting if you are in the crypto space. Sean, Rising Sun, and Yasin, good morning to you. June 2013, we jump over here and slowly declines to $70 in June, but rises to $110 in that previous summer. 2013, Bitcoin is now $350 all the way to $1242, back to the high, bouncing back to that resistance, as you can see. And then Christmas again, people sold. Santa Claus came to town. As you can see, coming into January, we then start to jump up. 2014, the price rose sharply to 1,000 and then remained 800 to 900 for the rest of the month, showing some resistance there. Coming in, as you can see, years and years, it was hard to believe in the cryptocurrency. Coming into, finally, 2017, we started waking up the beast. As we jump here, the price hit an all-time high of 3,000 in June 2020, and as we know, it went to 20,000 Bitcoin, and now, as you can see, I'm trying to get to the 20,000 because it was 2019. I don't want to bore too many people, but as many people know, in 2019, we started hitting that 20,000, coming in, and here we are, Bitcoin now, 2021, is pretty much what we started doing when we started talking about the channel more and more every day. So we're going to get over the boring stuff here. But as you know, the rest of the history from here is pretty established. But if you started watching the beginning, and we did take half the video's time up doing that, and I apologize. But I want to talk about this, how important it is, right? Bitcoin, what's the hash rate and why does it matter? Well, the amount of processing and computing power being given to the network through mining is referred as Bitcoin's hash rate, a fixed length alphanumeric code representing any length of words, messages, or data that is called a hash. Blockchain technology is the foundation of Bitcoin, BTC, and many other cryptocurrencies. The Bitcoin network is formed by blocks that forms a chain dependent on one another. Blocks are akin to files containing information of recent transactions made throughout the network. I want to get into here now because this is the most important part. You're going to listen. You're going to enjoy this part. BTC being mined more quickly. The number of miners in the network, mining difficulty, and ultimately mining profitability are all impacted by changes in the hashing power. In addition, mining challenge rises when more miners join the network because it takes more guesses per second to solve the complex mathematical equation and get the block reward. As a result, the hash rate rises as the difficulty of the Bitcoin network does. Similarly, the hash rate is a crucial indicator for cryptocurrency investors of how secure a cryptocurrency's proof of work network may be against hackers. So I know this may have been a boring part, but listen, the more miners, the higher the hash rate, the bigger and better the security network is for Bitcoin. So if you read the article, you read all that, I understand it could get a little boring. We went over the history price. Here is the chart in EH's, excuse me. And as the hash rate for Bitcoin, hash rate currently hits an all-time high, as you can see here, above the 300 just about 23 days ago. We're looking pretty strong, and I want people to understand how important that may be for us to continue to go. Here was the chart in, where was it? I had it in, there it is. Here are the abbreviations that finally had to occur. We are in EH's exahash, which is 1 quintillions, and there is 1 quadrillion, 1 trillion, 1 billion, 1 million, 1,000 to 1. We have hit all of these coming through. Currently at the 249.74 EHs. So that is what's happening. The hash rate is jumping to all-time highs, and this could mean many things, right? Bitcoin's hash rate posts new high. Bitcoin's hash rate is rising. According to the data from Glassnode, the top cryptocurrency network's hash rate reached a new all-time high of 242 exahash per second over the past 7 days. This could be good news for Bitcoin investors, as hash rate and price bottoms have historically been largely correlated. Bitcoin is secured by a proof of work consensus mechanism relying on miners to solve highly complex mathematical equations to produce new blocks and add them to the blockchain. The hash rate indicates the amount of computational power currently involved in resolving these equations. 242 exahash per second represents an enormous amount of processing capacity. Glassnode claims it's the equivalent of having 7.753 billion people on Earth, each completing a hash calculation, approximately 30 billion times every second. So put all those numbers into perspective and understand what they're saying. It's correlating into possibly the next capitalization. We've had nothing but FUD all over. China all of a sudden bans it. We have to go down. FTX, Democratic Party, gets involved, doesn't get arrested, walks around, does everything he wants, crashes FTX, steals everyone's money, buys a house. He's sitting in a beautiful mansion, and no one is bothering him. Why is he on the New York Times scheduled to meet on the 30th and have an interview? I have no clue, but he is. So Wall Street Pete's sick dough in crypto as we sit here and talk about the possibilities of what I think could be happening, and we pay attention here on the weekly. Now, I said 3 days and 11 hours yesterday. Well, 2 days now and 10 hours, I do believe, from this chart here. We continue to build support, and I said this weekly candle is very important. If we don't fall through, we're safe. Looks like we could be safe for a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. The hash rate is at an all-time high. We are looking pretty strong in the Bitcoin price. Getting to the weekly, looking at the RSI level indicator, we could be getting a relatively nice bounce from here. That seems to be a bounce off the RSI and a bounce off the 15.7. I must break Bitcoin above 18.3 to consider a non-bull trap. This is what I'm worrying about. This is a bear trap, ladies and gentlemen, not a bull trap, a bear trap. I don't want to get stuck in this bear trap as we continue to get a green candle. We could get a green candle starting this Sunday, 2 days and 10 hours from now. Hit the like and subscribe. I'm telling you right now, we're going on a ride. Whether we're going down or not, this is going to be your preparation. I see from the old time now, if you pay attention to this real quick, we're going to head out as soon as we get a little technical analysis here. Currently at the price of this 15.8, we're having trouble going through and down. As I said, well, we spent 6 weeks as resistance here, coming all the way from 2017. So pay attention to this purple line here as we are at roughly 15.8, 15.7, okay? That was all the way from then. 4-year cycle, got to pay attention to the 4-year cycle as well, add that in. But if you see here currently at that purple line, as I said, we are hitting the weekly support perfect. So if we continue to do this, and obviously broke out of the falling wedge there if we went to a smaller time frame, I want to see us break above. This would be a double bottom M pattern that I'm not really looking forward to. So you have to watch this and be careful for this. If this could happen on a weekly or a daily, it's possible, and then you'll see this downward fall. Investors are looking to get back to the 18,000 of the old support level here. It's going to flip to resistance, ladies and gentlemen. We could get a big fall. So this is why I keep talking about the fall, but ultimately, if you go back 3 videos ago, I did say we're getting a brief rally. It should most likely come. If not, Friday, Black Friday, we're going straight down. Well, we're not getting the straight down currently right now. We're getting the FUD now. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Trying to make trading fun. I wish I could show you that one. But this was a funny one. I can't use the sound, but it's like the whole point was when Black Friday, right? Crypto's been on sale all year. And it's like you sit there and you read that and you look at that, and this wasn't the skit, but I laugh. 60% off my ACE. So check us out. We're talking about how important the Bitcoin hash rate is. We went over it. There's a little chart here if you're interested. If you're a little nerd like me, I like to check it out, see how the chart, educate myself in the asset that I'm in. It's one of the top 5 ways to learn about crypto. Why is the hash rate so important? We're going to head out of here with this. A crucial indicator of the blockchain network strength, specifically its security, its hash rate. Wow. So what happens if Bitcoin's hash rate increases? The hash rate rises as more machines are devoted by legitimate miners to finding the next blockchain, signifying that the network's total computational power is high, and it's difficult for malicious actors to interfere with the network. Nonetheless, the majority hash rate controller could reverse his payments by reorganizing payments, leading to double spending issues due to a fall in network's hash rate. Very good question. Many people might want to know that. Now, what happens if Bitcoin's hash rate decreases? A decrease in hash rate exposes the network to cyber, criminal, and crypto heists due to the low cost of executing a 51% attack. In addition, a low hash rate makes cryptocurrency less decentralized, posing a considerable risk to crypto investors. To safeguard its users against losing funds, crypto platforms could stop trading or delist a currency if the hash rate suddenly drops. So you might have learned something today. So is a high hash rate a good measurement of networks security? Similar to the majority of proof of work crypto, a more significant hash rate is thought to be better for the overall security and stability of the blockchain network, as it means more energy costs, more miners, more time is needed to take over the network. So please, very good information this morning. I hope you enjoyed the video. A little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin, but more breaking down what we're dealing with on this hash rate. We are at an all-time hash rate high. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found in the past the higher the hash rate when we are dropping, eventually we find a bottom. Let's hope that the 15.8 is somewhere around the bottom of this support that we're building. I am not a financial advisor, not a doubt in my mind, but I am the gentleman who used to work on the New York Mercantile Exchange, and I do love this place where we had an open outcry, screaming and yelling in the pits, fighting like an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, however you want to look at it. We had to fight our way through the pits, through the trenches here to get information to my brokers. It was a wild place when I first started here. I'd never forget it. What a wonderful place. If somebody said, hey, would you like to go to college or go back to Wall Street when you jumped out of high school? Would you do it all over again? Ladies and gentlemen, I would do it 1,000,000,000,000 times over and over and work on Wall Street and learn and live that experience 1,000,000,000,000 more times over and over. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful holiday coming through to the next one, and then enjoy the new year as we go through this new year, talking about how the Bitcoin halving will be 1 year away from the next Bitcoin halving. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. 500 and something days until the next Bitcoin halving. And I'll tell you right now, the Bitcoin bull cycle is going to start somewhere in the midst of the 2023 and in between finishing to the end of 2023. So you have to understand we're living in an opportunity of times where this could change your world. But ladies and gentlemen, I cannot trade your platforms. I cannot tell you what to do. It's not financial advice. You do your own research, you do your own homework, and I think one day you'll start realizing this is a place of opportunity. You have to dollar cost average in and dollar cost average out. As you already know, you will lose your shirt or you will lose everything. So if you are not accumulating, you are on that step of the dollar cost average in and out. And if you don't know what dollar cost averaging in and out is by this time, you're watching the wrong channel. You just need to go hit that Google definition and check us out. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Until the next video, peace in and peace out.